I played a couple other things this week of note. Three of note. I played Metroid Prime 4. I did not get that far. I played it for one session. I'll go back to it at some point.
Little bit.
Pros. What's that?
You touched it just a little bit.
I played for about 4.5 hours.
Here's a weird question for a Nintendo game. How did it run?
Great. Incredible.
Switch 2?
Immaculate. Perfect.
No issues?
Yep.
Everything? Okay. Were you playing
perfect
on screen or held?
Oh, I streamed it. So I was playing on dock mode.
Right. Okay.
I picked the 4K one because the chat can't see 120 FPS. I can't see that shit. Right. Ran immaculately. And a couple things that are really funny. Samus is in a new location, so Samus needs to get new stuff. And every single upgrade she gets is psychic thing.
Yeah, purple thing. Mm-hmm.
But no, like they're literally called psychic boot, psychic ball, psychic ball. Like every single thing is a psychic. It's really funny. On top of that, I ran into your friend and mine, Miles McKenzie, the Federation officer who chit-chats to Samus over the radio. And I got everything that I wanted out of him because every single time he talks to Samus, she completely refuses to speak to him in any way. In almost every cutscene that they are in, she doesn't even look at him. She refuses to pull the visor down. It's like he's a non-human. Like he's a goddamn sign. Like doesn't give a shit even a little.
Like I said last week, you can imply dialogue without showing it, and then you can just have actually I'm staring at you awkwardly as you have a one-sided conversation.
I don't want to talk to you at all, Miles McKenzie. I did the first tutorial area and I got through the first run of the first like opener area. Called the Volt Forge. What are you laughing at?
Raised by alien birds, by the way. Yeah,
absolutely. It's a fine game and it's visually very pretty and I'm enjoying Metroiding through the area. I'm not really getting what I want out of a Metroid game. And I talked kind of at length about I have really weird opinions on Metroid. Like I'm standing up in Congress, Norman Rockwell, like hot take man is that I think
old man like
I don't like all of the really beloved Metroids. Like I don't care about Super Metroid at all.
Oof.
Right, and that is the hottest take. That is the hottest take.
I mean, I don't care about it is more acceptable than like I hate it or
I don't like to play it. I think it's really cool and I think it's wildly important, but I actually don't like playing Super Metroid. And the reason for that is hold on, Woolie. I'm not gonna get a fucking eye roll from you.
It's not an eye roll. It's damage. It's just damage.
Okay, that's fair. So no, the reason why I think that is because I came to the Metroidvania genre backwards. So most people got to Metroidvania by playing Metroid games and hey, look, Castlevania is like Metroid now.
Right.
I love Castlevania and then Castlevania got weird and really awesome. And I went, why is Castlevania Symphony of the Night so weird and different now? And I was then told, because they made it like Metroid. So I went, I should play Metroid because that's what these are like. And my first thing is, why doesn't it control as good as Symphony of the Night? Well, it's because it's a game that's like 10 years older. Right. But like, I want it. I like the controls of Castlevania better than I like the controls of Metroid. Right.
This is just brutal. This is a brutal timeline for you, man. But
I'm well aware because you are the person who is at the full opposite end of that fucking diagram because Castlevania starts as Symphony of the Night.
Sure does.
Right. Right. So like we are the polar opposites on this fucking diagram, right? But then I play Metroid Prime 1 and 2 and I fucking love Metroid Prime 1 and 2. I think they're great. I think Dread is amazing. And And I play this and I'm like, it's not harming me the way Metroid Prime 3 did. Metroid Prime 3 harmed me. It hurt my wrists. And I did not care for the waggle or the aiming. So the only thing that I got out of that control scheme for Metroid Prime 3 was that it harmed me. So this game does not harm me because I can play it with this nice Switch controller that plays like a regular controller, right? It is a lot more like Metroid Prime 3 than it is like Metroid Prime 1 and 2.
Oh.
I played it for about 5 hours and I never got lost.
Okay.
And it very much feels like the areas are built like Zelda dungeons. Like you're going through what is essentially mostly a linear path.
Okay.
And solving puzzles and fighting enemies, and you'll use your new upgrade to traverse it and solve puzzles. And everywhere you look, there's things you can't do yet because
you need the
you don't have the upgrade to do it.
Of course.
But you can see that they lead to missile upgrades. You can see that they lead to energy tanks. And it's like, this is all come back here to get more stuff and not come back here because you're absolutely fucking completely lost and you don't know where to fucking go to get your next upgrade. Like in Metroid Prime 1 and 2, I was fucking lost, man. I was just scraping up and fucking down until the system took pity and was like, maybe you should fucking go look in this zone.
Okay.
Right. It's a fine game. It plays well. It sounds great. The combat's fun. I'm not getting what I want out of it.
So
I want a lost wandering area. So what it is here is it's a dungeon connected to the desert, and the desert is a gigantic empty fucking pile of shit with nothing in it other than green crystals you can get for completion and like one objective, and the desert sucks. And having to buy a $30 Silas amiibo to turn music on in the desert.
Oh my god!
Really fucking soured me on it.
Come on, really?
Yes. And people are going to say, well, if you get 100% scan, you can... No, that's not true. That's not true. The only way you're turning real music on in that desert is to buy the Silex amiibo.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's gross. That sucks. I was going to ask, like, did you fight a boss that was using the psychic abilities to do some cool shit as you're wont to do in a Nintendo game like this? You know?
I fought my run against Silex, right? My Virgil one against Silex. And I had to use like a huge amount of my kit that I had up until that point to beat him.
Okay.
And that was really cool. It's just really linear.
Okay.
It's just really linear. I have a photo.
Yeah.
That I can send to you.
God, just as you're saying that, yeah, like one of the most defining important aspects of Metroid Prime is the music. So any fuckery involving taking it away from you is criminal.
So I have sent you a photo of the first area in Metroid Prime versus like the fourth area in 4, and it's like they look like straight lines with little branches off them.
Chozo Ruins versus...
They don't loop back on themselves. The backtracking is for items.
That's a complete map.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I do have to say too, as we're like talking about like Metroid Prime 3, when I think back on it, a big part of my bummer besides shitty wrist stuff was I find like Dark Samus to be a really lame rival. And so the build-up around her was all just uninteresting to me, and thus I'm bummed out when I think about that chapter of things. And
so you know what's funny? That is one of my big complaints here.
Okay. Silex?
No. My complaint is I'm playing the game for multiple hours. I'm like, oh, can't wait for them to introduce Phazon. To which chat says they've done multiple interviews to saying that Dark Samus and the Phazon thing is completely over. I'm like, then they shouldn't call this fucking game Metroid Prime because that is the final boss of all 3 games and the reason it's called that.
Or the essence of Metroid Prime, you know? Yeah, I'm just thinking of the, you know, not only was that like one of those lame Dark Shadow characters that is... Like, I remember there was an excitement back in the day with, like, oh, shit, you know, Mirror Link and stuff. And, you know, but then, like, there's times where it just gets played out and it becomes a trope that's just not done in an interesting way. And the thing with Samus, in particular with Dark Samus, is, like, you did an infinitely cooler version of this called the SAX, right? Like, the SAX in Metroid Fusion was your old suit getting possessed by a virus, and it was way more interesting as a rival character because it was a haunting thing that was chasing you throughout the game, you know, like the Emmys were. It wasn't just this other nebulous force to have a showdown with. It was...
Well, the other thing that it's a problem is, like, I love that Samus doesn't talk. I think that's like a great defining feature, but the problem is that Dark Samus also doesn't fucking talk because they're like a Metroid. So, like, you have the antagonist and the hero square off and fucking say nothing to each other.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you know, the idea of, again, as someone who loves the rivals and stuff, it's got to be compelling. And in this case, you know, Fusion did a rival that felt like fucking Mr. X coming after you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's a way, way better way to do it. And then you're coming in with your own weak version of it in the 3rd game was just like, meh. But anyway, that being said, it's been a really long time since a Prime game, so there's a level of like, I'm giving a lot of like benefit and leeway to just be like, okay, can you scratch some of this itch though? You know?
I feel like the game's extraordinary development time has really harmed my perception of it because a lot of games have come out since Metroid Prime 3 and now that gave me what I wanted out of Metroid Prime in general. Like, bro, Hollow Knight came out after fucking Metroid Prime 3, dude. The whole fucking Hollow Knight Silk Song fucking thing is in between the release of 3 and 4.
And also, I'd say just in terms of like, you know, like big Nintendo releases, like a minute ago, like Donkey Kong came out and you were just kind of like, yo, this is great.
Donkey Kong's fucking great.
And that's it. No strings attached. Yeah.
No strings attached, no notes. Donkey Kong fucking rules.
Yeah. I really liked Dread. I really enjoyed that.
I was hoping for something as good as Dread. And go play Dread again. It's good.
Well, 2D Metroid, you know, still holds the crown over fucking Prime.
I think Metroid Prime 1 is probably the best game that studio ever made, and that's fucking weird because it was the first one. Like, Metroid Prime remastered on the Switch is probably a straight up better game than Metroid Prime 4.
I'll co-sign.
So, hey, can you memory check me? In Metroid Prime, when you were doing a platforming and you were like jumping from one thing to the next, did Samus tilt her head down to look at the platform so that she'd land on it more easily?
No, I don't recall that being
because I remember that.
Did she? I don't remember.
And she did. Yes, she did.
Okay, a lot of people saying, yeah, I don't remember that. Okay.
That was a really cool detail because it was like a way to like make sure that you could always platform correctly.
Okay.
And that was also because of the way the GameCube controller worked and it sucked for dual analog. And I'm playing Metroid Prime 4 and I'm like, I have regular dual analog controls. I'm like, I kind of miss that because I thought it was a really cool
the little look down. Yeah.
Well.